Hoy me levanté contento y me levanté feliz, aunque dicen por ahí que están hablando de mí.
Welcome to Nonsense Sports. It's your boy Francis, the one and only, your host of Nonsense Sports. Football is officially back. We are only a matter of days, hours, minutes before the actual kickoff. It hits off, and it's gonna be on fire. Leave a comment if you think that you are on more fantasy football leagues than I am. I think I'm in about 7 right now. 3 on Yahoo, 4 on ESPN. Don't ask me. People reach out to me and they're like, "Hey man, you want to play fantasy football?" And I'm like, "Hey man, there's a bear share in the woods." Because yes, I do. Get it? Let's get the kickoff right now. Packers and Bears. This is the preview for it. That's what we're gonna be talking about for the next little bit. Packers and Bears opening it up Thursday Night Football. Super duper pumped. This is a Nonsense Sports preview, and we're also gonna look at the rest of the game. So stay tuned for the more videos, more podcasts, more nonsense. Let's get it! Thursday Night Football, Packers and the Bears, Week 1, first game of the NFL season. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a very, very, very good game. Last year, the Packers, they beat out the Bears in Week 1, spoiling Khalil Mack's official first game with the Bears. Still was a great game for Mack, who started out with a new chapter. He got a sack, he got an interception, he got a touchdown. He just could not stop a historic comeback by Aaron Rodgers. Seriously, it was just Aaron Rodgers out there that really just killed them at the end of the game. Seriously. The rest of the season went very different for both teams. For the Chicago Bears, they beasted, they dominated 12-4 record. They got to the wildcard game and ultimately they were defeated by the mighty Foles. But hey, it's still some great accomplishment, a bounce back by the Bears. On the other side, for the Packers, everything went wrong for them. Injuries around Rodgers, players. It was bad. It was pretty bad. The NFL season beginning with the Packers and visiting the Bears. It's going to be a big game. It's just it's a really big game. You can look at it from whatever perspective. We can start out with the perspective from looking at it as a Packer fan, or just looking at it from the Packers' point of view, with the whole concept with Rodgers and LaFleur driving a new offense into the season in hopes that it was going to be an overall better result than last year, and we saw how that turned out to that 6-9 finish. Now, regardless what Rodgers and LaFleur are saying to the cameras, there still seems to be some type of conflict, misunderstanding. We don't know what's going on in there, but their relationship is crucial to the success of the Packers. It's your coach and your number one player. They should be gelling right now, and it doesn't seem like they are to me. And it's something definitely want to make sure that everybody should be worried about. You don't have to too much into detail, but it's something we're not going to talk about how LaFleur said that Rodgers was going to play in preseason, and Rodgers never did. There's the little things, and I asked it once already. Is this the beginning season in which the Packers just completely go full blown out before they go into rebuild mode, and Aaron Rodgers is just accused of to fall back as a coach killer? Who knows, man? But hey, onto the Bears. The expectations for the Bears, for Trubisky and the Bears, who really they're only replacing Jordan Howard into that team, and that would be rookie David Montgomery. He's set to make an immediate impact into the game, into the offense, but other than that, there's not a lot of new faces with the Chicago Bears, which to the benefit. They're betting on Trubisky, they're betting on themselves, they're betting on their wide receiver core of Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, Anthony Miller. Those are the main targets, and a injured Trey Burton, who last news over he did practice, but he still might be doubtful. But still, the Bears are, they're betting on themselves that they don't need to bring anybody else into the game. They got this in a sense, except for Jordan Howard. But hey, you still got Tariq Cohen, who's definitely a game changer. You got a new kid. Let him play, right? The only concern that I would really have for the Bears right now is the simple fact that while yes, they are betting on themselves, but they still did not do anything to they did get better, and I'm sure the chemistry between Trubisky and the wide receivers is a lot better now, but none of those guys got even close to breaking 1,000 yards for 1,000 passing yards or 1,000 receiving yards. I think the closest one was Allen Robinson. He was 750 and some change, and the next was Terry Cohen. And you need a target. You need some type of target for Trubisky. I guess Aaron Rodgers doesn't need any targets because he can do without any targets. But at the same time, for that team to be successful, for the Bears to be successful, Trubisky needs a go-to guy, and that is something that has me a little worried about the Bears. But at the end of the day, all eyes will be on Mack and all eyes will be on Rodgers. That's really what's the matters right now. This is the Bears and the Packers. The number one name is Khalil Mack. The number one name for the Packers, it will be Aaron Rodgers. Now, I was doing some research and I have the script right here and everything else. Some simple facts going into the game, some pretty cool things. Khalil Mack entered his sixth season sitting at 53 sacks, ranked 24th among active players, and tied for 157th, only 2 sacks away for breaking the top 150. We are watching greatness in the making. By the way, the reason why I'm saying this because right now, last year, game 1, Mack got 1 sack in the first game, and he had 2.5 sacks in the second game against the Packers. And that second game against the Packers was someone that does the clinching playoffs matchup. So if you really think about it, imagine how much motivation you have being Khalil Mack, knowing that you'll break history, in a sense you get closer to breaking history, but also you'll also break a team in your division, you'll break the Packers. I mean, there's so much hype going into this game, it's not even funny. For the Packers, a little fun fact, Aaron Rodgers, or a little nonsense stat, Aaron Rodgers only threw 2 interceptions last season. I mean, for all the grief that we're giving this man, or for everything else, like they're saying that the whole relaxing and maybe like Packers missing the playoffs, this guy threw 2 interceptions. I mean, how can you blame a guy that threw 2 interceptions in a season? Like, it's obviously, I mean, he's not turning the ball over. I mean, obviously he's doing everything he can to win games. For the Bears, one of the key factors for them to win the game, the Bears defense have to show up, and not just Khalil Mack, because Khalil Mack is already established. Other guys will also need to show up, especially in the secondary. And honestly, put a man on Jimmy Graham. Sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't. I did not pick him up in fantasy this year, which I'm really thankful for, because seriously, man, Jimmy, you're falling off, man. Also, finding some production on the ground for the Bears will really benefit them when it comes to not just replacing Jordan Howard, but establishing some type of run game that we don't really know who's going to be with Montgomery. He's a rookie. He could be great. He could be bad, but they need to establish that right away. And for the Packers, one of the key factors will be a healthy Rodgers can do the impossible. A healthy Rodgers, he can do impossible things. Like he came back and beat him last year after he went out for injury. So I mean, with a healthy Rodgers, I mean, what else can you stop him? What else? Who can stop actually Rodgers? My pick right now. Make sure you guys vote on the top left corner. I'll make sure to put a poll up there between the Bears and the Packers. I am going to pick the Bears. I do believe that the Bears have the momentum going into the season. They have, and they know how much this game actually means to them. The simple fact that the Bears are just not, it's just not a week 1 game. You're playing a division. You're playing the team that you split the series 1-1 last year. You're playing a team that you're going to play twice again this year. You're playing a team that if you beat them now, that means that they're starting out 1 game behind, not just 1 game behind you, but also you have that momentum going into the next game and to the game after that. And for the 7-8 weeks till they play each other again, and you have that leverage on them, and that is what you want. The Bears want to compete, and they're betting on themselves, so they have to make sure that starting out with week 1, we start out with a bang. I do believe Khalil Mack will get the 2 sacks that he needs to break into 150. I will definitely be watching this game. I'll see you guys on Thursday night. Remember, guys, this is Nonsense Sports. This is the podcast. Stay tuned for the rest of the videos. They might come in a big video. They might come up in a small video. We just want to share that you guys are keeping up with the nonsense. This is Nonsense Sports. Your boy Francis. Don't forget to vote. Get us on Facebook. Nonsense Sports. Let's get it. Woo!